Hey guys, it's Sam and welcome back to the BulbaSquad. So today we are going to be talking about Astral Radiance set list. Yet again, I have made a video previous to this where I called it mid. So we're going to revisit it, see how my opinion has aged, changed, whatever you want to call it, and give you a little bit of insight as to what I think about the set overall and what products I would be aiming for. Spoiler warning, there's not that many products, so it's a pretty bare bones list, I'd say. But here we go. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. Now, you guys pointed out I forgot to put the Pokemon on screen last time. I apologize for that. This time we will be fixing that. So, from the last time I covered this, the main thing that changed was the trainer gallery. We've now added actually a fairly strong lineup, honestly. Well, a lot of the bulk of this set was weak in my opinion whenever I initially covered it. Now that we have these trainer gallery cards, I really had somewhat low expectations, but they came out with some strong ones. We have the Starmie with Misty, which that's a very iconic duo. I could see that going fairly well. Cynthia Garchomp. You also have Hop with Zacian and Zamazenta. Zacian, I still can never tell if it's Zacian bestowing the sword onto Hop or Hop bestowing the sword, or like offering up the sword to Zacian. I've never been able to tell on that one. It's always thrown me off a little bit. And obviously we have the I keep forgetting what they're called. It's the Dialga and Palkia, like their weird spooky forms where they're kind of ghostly. So those are like the real meat of the set so far. You also have B-E-A, B, I think it's B. And depending on how you want to categorize how strong of a waifu she is, the Phalanx would also be considered fairly strong. As well as having those cards, it turns out we also are getting the Galarian Bird Trio yet again. Well, doesn't feel like it's been that long since we last got them. And we also have Melanie, which is another waifu. So overall, my opinion has changed. I was wrong. It is not mid, but I would certainly not call this an excellent set. I would say it is at least above average. Maybe even pushing towards average by the new standards. Remember, we're not comparing it to early Sword and Shield anymore. That's a little unfair. We're kind of in a new era. Let's say almost like a new meta. Because we got Shining Fates. Shining Fates is like a strange one, just kind of in there. But Battle Styles, Chilling Rain, Evolving Skies, Brilliant Stars, Fusion Strike, and now this. So we have a lot of sets. So that is 6 sets now where we have had a mixture of alternate art and trainer art. So it's kind of a new meta. We have to compare apples to apples and not apples to oranges, in my opinion. So within that confines, this is certainly better than Battle Styles and Chilling Rain. I would even say it is better than Fusion Strike, but not better than those other 2, Evolving Skies and Brilliant Stars. So it's very, you can tell, like, out of the 6 sets, this is number 4, third from the top, okay? So you can see why I say it's above average. Now then, yes, my opinion has changed, but I must say this. Don't buy it to try and invest right out the gate, alright? We got 2 years minimum in rotation. You know the rules, and so do I. It's 2 years in rotation. Yes, you go out of that rotation, they may reprint, but the reprints are negligible in size, regardless of if you believe it's on purpose or it's accidental, whatever. Doesn't matter. That's what the data has shown. The reprints are negligible beyond that point. I just want to keep throwing that out there because people have been challenging it a little bit more often, and I want to explain why I even developed that principle at the beginning, or develop that principle whatsoever and choose to stick by it because the data is pointed. They don't really impact it once you go out of rotation. It's very negligible at best, or at worst, more accurately. So, I think, give it a year and a half, let the price tank, let time pass on as this goes closer and closer to the out of rotation period, and then maybe go ahead and try and pick some up there. But right now, at the very beginning, just don't. Like every other PokeTuber has said it, but I'll say it again. They own the printers. They can print whenever they want. The hobby's dying down. The world's a mess. There's no reason to go in right now. Just wait. Patience is a virtue, guys. As for the products, there's barely any. You got the build and battles. You got the ETBs, and you got the booster boxes. Correct me if I'm wrong. There might be something else, but I was looking through the product lineup. There's really nothing else. So, pretty simple. building battles, but you also got the battle stadiums. The stadiums actually are sticking out to me on this one. I like the promos that are within the build and battle. They have solid ones. The stadium is aesthetically pleasing. I would say Pokemon Center ETB is also fairly up there. Then I would personally want to put the booster box there, because since the Pokemon Center ETB and the regular ETB are so close, it's just kind of go with the Pokemon Center. If you want the regular ETB, good luck. I'm a little more worried about that. ETBs have become a lot more risky. Pokemon Center at least helps alleviate some of that risk. Then booster box as per usual, and then I would put the ETB below that, and finally you get your sleeve booster packs. I'm not a fan of them, especially not when the prices are starting out at 110, unless if we have a Evolving Skies Brilliant Star situation, which at the moment there's just not a crazy amount of it. The price is probably not going to go crazy. And even those two, I don't expect them to stay up. The only way they would stay up is if Pokemon decided to intentionally allow those sets to appreciate in a way that breaks their norm. Now then, here's what I really wanted to talk about. Sorry about that. Here's what I really wanted to talk about. So, Chilling Reign. Chilling Reign, like the big things that were hitting it were the Calyrex cards and the Galarian Birds. Like, those were the big hitters, the things that really got people into it. Those basically just got reprinted in prettier forms. Like, they're back. I don't know how it's going to impact it. Mason Cardinal Gaming put it perfectly. Battle Styles is irrelevant because we now have cards that are prettier than it, and it can't even really compete. And in Chilling Reign, it feels like we're starting to near that. It's giving me the same vibes. And it's bringing to question. I don't have an answer to it. We've discussed it at length. Many people within the hobby, including Jinx Pokenomics. What's going to happen is Pokemon keeps one-upping themselves and keep making shinier and shinier forms of cards. Yes, we always talk in theory about, there's like all these forms of Charizard, but they never get tiresome. But we usually didn't, to my knowledge, we didn't get Charizard so often, where they felt within a year or less of each other, and it was oversaturated. Think about it like this. The Galarian Birds and the Calyrex, it hasn't even been a full year since they were released. Correct me if I'm wrong. It hasn't been a full year since they were released, and we already got a new version of them, and it's, I would say, pretty definitive that it beats it. Like, the trainer arts, usually by far and away, people prefer them. And then you got the gold versions of those cards, which, if I'm being honest, subjectively, I think the gold cards look better than rainbow rares. It might just be because I'm sick of rainbow rares, but that's how I feel. And even going off of that, what's happened to battle styles? Like, what are people going to feel towards that in 8 years? Whenever we're long out of this time, long out of rotation, and things have begun to age. It's just food for thought. I want to ask you what you guys think about it. And that's the question of the day on this video. What do you guys think is going to happen with all these cards? How Pokemon Company keeps one-upping themselves over and over again, trying to make shinier and shinier, flashier and flashier cards, so that way you can appeal. Because let's be honest, some of these cards are weaker, but by making them so pretty, you're able to market them, you're able to sell them. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think that the old ones are going to really take a bad hit? Do you think it'll be a negligible hit? Or do you think there won't even be a hit? Either way, please tell me what you guys think down below in the comments, and if you like this kind of content, consider liking and subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.